October the 13th, 1920, in the state of New Mexico, a place by the name of Belen. Belen is about 7 miles from Albuquerque. Nobody knows where Belen is. My brother was the youngest in the family. I was the oldest. And there were 3 sisters in between. I didn't come from a rich family, by no means. I went to St. Mary's, which is a Catholic school, and that's where I graduated from the 12th grade. Once I graduated from high school, I joined the Navy because that was my desire since I was barely in high school. Because, well, it's a sailor town, We went to boot camp in San Diego. The first ship that I was assigned to was the USS Dobbin. It was a destroyer tender. The Dobbin is the mother of all destroyers, certain destroyers, A tender has different shops for everything. For general quarters, we had special places to go. We passed ammunition to the guns, 5-inch guns, 40 and 20 millimeters. And we did a lot of work. As young as we were and energetic, boy, you were ready to hit the sack. We got up at 1 and 6. We were attacked. We did not attack them. They attacked us. We were defending ourselves. When they started bombing us, boy, then we knew we were at war. We didn't know that this was coming on. And there was a big surprise. We were next to the Arizona, which was a battleship. Right. And that was their main target. There were other bigger ships, but the Arizona was, for some reason, really targeted. And they sank her, They wanted to get the biggies, So in Arizona, it was all tore up, But this time they missed and they hit us. We lost our propellers. That was the busiest day in my life. Not just me, all of us. And because we had to move those 5-inch shells, they're heavy. Destroyers were coming in one at a time, so they could get all the ammo they could get so they could go out to sea. Once we got one ship ready, another one will be right behind. So all day long we were doing that. I mean, if at any time I was ready to drop, it was then. They needed somebody in the torpedo for one of the destroyers. So they sent me to school back to the States. And boy, that was enjoyable. Once you got out of school, then you put a ship in commission. So I started out, my first ship was the Gillespie. They used her in convoys and all. And we were on defense all the time. But it didn't take long until we were able to fight them correctly, because we were in so many islands, bombarded so many islands. I mean, sometimes we'd run out of ammunition, and they'd have to send us in or get a ship out to get more ammo. And but we did a lot of firing. We carried 12 torpedoes. It don't make any difference how thick the armor a ship has. When they detonate, I mean, that is a biggie. Because anything that's around there is going to be gone. You normally have to be closer to be accurate, because if you fire a torpedo, it's going to run for, half an hour or 15 minutes even, you're not going to hit anything because they know it's coming. And there were a lot of destroyers that were firing. There could be 8, 10 destroyers around at the task forces, and if they all were to fire, so I don't think that any one destroyer could say, "Hey, we hit this." They can say it, but they don't know. Every ship was involved because all ships are being attacked by aircraft. Every time we went out, we'd be strafed by airplanes, coming in, and some ships were sunk. Yeah. But we were lucky enough that we didn't get a torpedo hit. See, they're all keyed in. If you think you're trying to sneak in or something, they know where you're at. And so we got hit. Luckily, nothing big, but they sent me back to the States to put a new ship in commission. And that was a Colette, and that was my favorite ship. They put us through lot of new training, And then we go back to Pearl again. And that's when we operated with Admiral Halsey. We were in all around Japan, see, and we went in a lot of the islands around there. We knew we had them then, and we felt good because we didn't get much comeback. I mean, like scuttlebutt. There was always somebody that knew that, for example, somebody up in the bridge, and he says, "Hey, fellows, we're going to do that," and stuff like that. So we always knew what we were going. We covered the whole Pacific because we were out to sea continuously. They do a lot of swabbing. But you don't call them swabmen first class or anything like that. But you just do what that first class or the chief tells you to do, and if you do what they tell you to do on a job, then you're okay. I never peeled potatoes. Yeah. But maybe in some cases they have you do extra duty or something like that. I was in another world, believe you me. I enjoyed it, and you make a lot of friends. When you make first-class seaman, then you already had a lot of friends in the deck force. So you know everybody, and so everything is a lot smoother. What I looked forward to was first class, being a first-class torpedoman. Yeah. Of course, they ask you, but really, they're telling you that that's what you're going to be. And I joined the torpedoman group, and of course, when you first join in any rate, as far as that goes, they give you the hardest jobs or the toughest ones, and you try to make good on that. This is after the war, not during the war, but after the war. I made chief, and that required a lot of study to get that. I mean, I wasn't treated any better or worse in any rate that I was in. In fact, they were always encouraging you on your job, and a lot of them were very helpful. That I had no problems there.